Good morning. My name is Leslie Williams, and today's date is July 17, 2013, and I'm hoping that you can see me well. I'm trying to prop up this camera so you can. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams, and the purpose of this particular video is to illustrate to you, to make some statements in order to be able to try and paint a picture concerning some of the things that have been happening towards me, around me, concerning me, about me, and even sometimes directly against me, as a result of being a target of what is known as organized stalking, which can also be termed as gang stalking. Now, on July 15, 2013, when I woke up, I heard on my radio that they were going to be given a news conference at 11 a.m. concerning some specific individuals. I don't know their job titles personally. I mean, I haven't read what they are on the internet, and I haven't bought any recent newspapers. I don't know who they were. I think her name is Donna Fry or something like that. Anyways, I heard that on the radio that they were going to be given a news conference concerning some statements about the accusations concerning Mayor Filner, the mayor of San Diego, being accused of sexual harassment towards fellow employees and possibly other constituents. And I thought to myself, as a result of being a target of organized stalking, which can also be termed as gang stalking, I thought to myself this might be a good opportunity for me to go down there and to possibly, I believe in telling the truth. And so basically the following statement is the truth. I decided to go down there in order to be able to be seen, because I knew that this news conference was going to happen. Now, excuse me please, just ate a Pop-Tart. Anyways, so what I did was I went down there and I made sure I got down there in plenty of time in order for me to be able to possibly be seen by at least some of the people that might be present during this news conference, and possibly, hopefully, by some news camera, by some news stations. Now, I'm going to show you a shirt, and this shirt is the shirt that I wore. See, I had this shirt on underneath a gray T-shirt, and I did not take the gray T-shirt off until about, I'd say, probably about anywhere between 10:20 a.m. and 10:30. Okay. I did not take off the gray shirt, which would expose this shirt, until after I went over and talked to a news cameraman for a few seconds. I did mention to him, in fact, I basically stated, how come you guys don't cover gang stalking? They said they didn't know what it was. So I explained to them a little bit about what it was and some of the criminal motivations that are behind these organized stalking campaigns. And then I just basically was giving him some food for thought in reference to what gang stalking is, and asking him if maybe possibly he could investigate it someday. Even though gang stalking has been covered on the news. Go to YouTube and type in gang stalking bullying on steroids. That was an individual that was being covered in the county that is right past San Diego County, Santa Cruz. Well, I don't see. I'm still learning about California, because I've only been here. I've been here not even 2 years. So I believe Santa Cruz is not in San Diego County. But anyways, this targeted individual was being covered on a local news broadcast in early 2011 in Santa Cruz, and a Santa Cruz police officer was on the news broadcast mentioning clearly that gang stalking is a felony. The targeted individual that was being covered on that particular news broadcast was stating some factual realities about about the fact that he's harassed everywhere he goes, okay, and that it's extremely nerve-wracking, and that some of the individuals were even harassing him at his home, even by getting on his roof to let him know that they were on his roof to make him feel harassed. Anyway, so I got down on July 15, 2013. I got down there about a little bit after 10, and locked up my bike, went inside the building where I guess the mayor's on the upper floors, and inquired about a police report. And then I locked up my bike, and then I locked up my bike first, went into the building, then came back out, and then went and sat and had a cigarette right next to a reporter who was talking to an individual. And some things happened there, and I'm not going to state them at this time. Then I got up and went and talked to the camera crew guy. Then I went into the city's attorney's office to inquire about a matter. Then I left there, came out, talked to an individual that was talking to some county employee that was holding a poster left from talking to them, went over and talked to the camera people, and then went and found myself a place to sit right by where all the cameras, okay, were being set up to do this news conference concerning the individuals that were going to come out and make some statements concerning the accusations of the mayor of San Diego. There's accusations being made public concerning the mayor of San Diego, Bob Filner, being accused of engaging in sexual harassment towards fellow employees. My goal was to go down there to get as much attention as I could to this t-shirt that was worn underneath a gray t-shirt, and I did not take that gray t-shirt off until I'd say anywhere between 10:20 a.m. and 10:35 a.m. Yeah. Once the news conference started, I made sure I saw some people that were coming to it before it started that had these signs that said due process for Bob Filner. And I thought to myself, that is the right, in my personal opinion, that is the right process that should be taken in these accusations, because otherwise the mob rules. Anybody can fling any kind of accusation against anybody, and then you better have them thrown out of office, arrested, jailed, whatever. Okay? An accusation is just an accusation. Now, this is just, I'm going to give you a sidebar statement concerning my feelings about what's going on with Bob Filner. I believe in the law, even though I even know that the law is corrupt as hell. I already know that there's organized crime in the system because of what is happening to me and the statements that I have read concerning thousands of, well, I have personally read hundreds of statements of my fellow targeted individuals. Organized stalking and gang stalking is happening in every state in the United States, and there are at least 500,000 documented victims of this crime in the United States at this time. Documented. That's not including the ones that don't know what's happening to them as gang stalking and so on and so forth. Now, I gotta hurry up and make this video. So, personally, with the thing when I saw those women carrying those signs that due process for Bob Filner, I thought to myself, considering what I know has happened to me, what I know is happening to my other fellow targets who are online, who are exposing what's happening to them, I already know that organized crime in the system is directly connected to organized stalking. I know it for a fact. I've literally been gaslighted, which is a term that describes organized stalking, gang stalking, harassment inside the Hall of Justice on numerous occasions by county employees, by sheriff's department personnel. I was literally even sexually harassed by at least two, I think it's the sheriff's department, inside of the Hall of Justice, and that occurred on February 20th, 2013. It either happened on February 20th, 2013 or March 29th, 2013. I forgot the date because so much is going on, but I do have it on digital audio file in reference to this specific harassment. And I did make an inquiry concerning who I have to make a complaint about concerning that event. I just haven't done it yet because this expedition is keeping me so busy on a daily basis you would not believe it. Getting back to the actual subject matter of this video. So I believe in due process, even though due process it can be corrupt as hell as well. Okay? But if an individual doesn't have due process, the mob, okay, can do anything to anybody at any time. I'm going to tell you something right now. If you are a target of organized stalking, we are aware that we are harassed by community members on a daily basis everywhere we go throughout the entire day through clever, overt means, usually sensitization methods. And all of this can be Googled. So we are aware of what it feels like to be a victim of a mob. Okay? And then since we can't even get due process concerning the crimes that directly happen to us, like the crime that is mentioned on this t-shirt, okay, you better believe I have no love for Bob Filner. I don't know if what he did was true or what he's being accused of is true or not true. But I do know, though, that if you at least take away the due process of any individual, whether he's a criminal or somebody accused of a crime, then mob rules. And you cannot reason with a mob. Because a mob has already been told information, whether it be true or not true. They've already come to conclusions based on their deliberations of what they've been told. Okay? And then nobody gets to be able to voice what's happened, you know, their side of the story. You cannot let the mob rule. You cannot do this. Okay? We all know what happened to our African American brothers and sisters back in the day as a result of mobs coming after them. Yes, when they were accused of this or that. We all know it. So I am saying this, at least this much, in defense of Bob Filner. Okay? If it ever comes out that he did do these crimes, okay, and it can be proven undeniably, throw his ass out. But until then, I believe he deserves due process. Everybody does. Okay, so as far as Bob Filner, if you ever see this video, you keep to your guns, buddy. Alright, now, so once as a result of this news conference starting, I was standing with those women that were holding the signs that said due process for Bob Filner, and all of us were standing right behind the individual who was giving the news conference. So, as a result, I have been seen on multiple news broadcasts in reference to what was put on the news concerning that news broadcast with this shirt. This shirt says, learning disabled woman brutally assaulted on MTS bus. District attorney will not investigate. Okay? Now let's take another sidebar notation concerning this event. The individual that gave that news conference, the three individuals, but mainly, I'm just going to say mainly the woman. I have nothing against this woman who gave the news broadcast. I don't know her. I've had no negative dealings with her yet. I've seen one suspicious thing concerning her, but I'm not going to state it right now. But I have nothing against her because I do not know her. She's never gaslighted me to my face. So I am not going to say at this time that she engages in gang stalking, but if you knew the amount of gang stalking I experience, you would understand that statement. But here's the reason why I bring this up. Throughout the entire event, before and after and during, I was wearing this shirt once, like between 10:15 a.m. and 10:30. And then once they came out, and I was standing behind them for almost 40 minutes, because you can see the news broadcast coverages was at least 32 minutes long. They see me because I was standing literally 2 feet behind them. Literally. Not even 2 feet. A foot. I was literally standing so close to them that I could see the back of their neck. Literally. Okay? Wearing this shirt. So why didn't any of them ask me what happened? Why didn't any police officer that was present ask me what happened? That's right. And there was a lot of three-piece suits out there as well on the sidelines watching this whole news conference. So why did not one person ask me what happened? Not one. Not one person asked me about a learning disabled woman who was brutally assaulted on an MTS bus, and then the fact that the district attorney's office will not investigate it. Why? Maybe it's because a lot of them already know who I am. That's a maybe. Okay? Now, the morning before I left this, when I heard that morning that they were going to give a news conference on this radio, before I left this specific area, I made a video prediction which hasn't been uploaded yet. I just haven't got to it because I've been uploading a lot of videos from the actual news conference of me being there. And then a blog was made concerning it. And but the morning before I left to actually get on, I took one bus to get there, but I had to take 2 buses to get to the place to take that one bus. The point I'm trying to make is that I made a video at this location showing a picture of my cell phone which showed the date and the time. And in that video prediction, I stated, let's see if I hear gang stalk, gang stalker, gang stalking, oh my god, gang stalk, oh my god, along any of my routes today. And it was caught several times on this digital tape recorder, even as the news conference was going on, before the news conference started, and after, by individuals that were present for that news conference. Yes, yes. It was also caught at UCSD and Jack in the Box. I went to Jack in the Box once I left the news conference off of Rosecrans and Nimitz. It was flat out caught at Jack in the Box on video. And those videos have been put in that blog. It was also caught at UCSD, and last night when I came home, I uploaded the audio file to a video file, and that will be uploaded today. Now, the word gang stalker and gang stalking and gang stalk, along with how oh my god is being said before or after it, these are not peculiar statements. I mean, these are not normal statements. They are peculiar because they are peculiar words. I have right now in my possession over 700 separate audio files of gang stalking, gang stalk, gang stalker, oh my god, being said constantly around me in multiple different places in the same exact way, and at least 65% of those audio files of that proof, okay, that has been caught by me happening in the same exact identical way at multiple places, okay, over the last at least year, 60 to 65%, if not more, of those audio files, all of that proof, concerning the proof, was predicted by me before I even reached the area that the proof was caught at. Just like I made that video prediction yesterday before I left this area that I would hear it along my routes and possibly at the news conference, which it was caught. Now, A lot of the things that I caught on audio file before I took that gray t-shirt off that exposed this one, okay, was caught on audio file before this shirt was ever exposed, because it was underneath a gray shirt I was wearing on top of it. So nobody can say downtown, nobody can say, well, they're saying gang stalking because they saw this and maybe Googled or YouTubed it. And it doesn't say anything about Google or YouTube on this shirt. The reason why I make my videos is because I want you to go to YouTube, and I want you to type in, if you feel inclined, to go to YouTube and type in learning disabled woman brutally assaulted on an MTS bus. Yes, look in the description of that YouTube video, and you'll see a blog. That blog that is pasted within the description of that YouTube video of me being assaulted will show you some information, including the blog it details information. It also has an attached PDF link titled Assault 11. And that attached PDF link has an email file that was made by me on September 29, 2011. It was printed out by me on the same date. And that email shows me predicting that I'd be assaulted either walking, riding my bike, or on public transportation. And not even 11 days later, I was brutally assaulted on public transportation, the MTS bus. They went into my email accounts and erased the prediction files. But I did copy and paste that email the day it was made to a USB drive by pasting the actual email into a Word program and then downloading it to a USB drive, and I also printed it out. So what I did was I also printed out and scanned the email, the physical email, and attached it into, scanned it, printed it, scanned it, and then put it in the PDF form, and then pasted it to a USB drive, and that PDF link is attached in the blog, and it's the PDF link itself is titled in the blog Assault 11, and that blog's title is in the description of that YouTube video of me being assaulted. Also, that assault video MTS sent me is altered, and you want to know how I know it's altered? Because if you look at that video, you will see me sitting in the back side of the bus, okay, in the back, at the very back of the bus, and the individual that assaulted me is sitting right in front of me. But the day of the assault, we were sitting actually on the other side of the bus. Now, so you can also notice periodically through that assault video that the back door is on the wrong side of the bus periodically, the rail that holds the mirror is on the wrong side of the bus periodically, and the mirror is backwards. Also, individuals that were on that bus route on that day of the assault, when the assault, before the assault occurred, and after and during, are not on the video coverage of that assault video. MTS sent me an altered video of me being assaulted. Eric Pearson, a UCSD professor who's a professor in communications that specializes in videos and images, he posted it on First Post. And when I ran across the fact that he did this, it literally showed his name, and I printed that out too in reference to the web address that showed the First Post page that held the video. Okay? Well, that's no longer visible by, as far as I know, by anybody, because I've looked for it myself, but I did print it out. That's how I know who did it. He posted it on First Post because I believe he noticed that that video was altered, or otherwise I don't see why he would have posted it, because in the web address it says learning disabled woman brutally assaulted on an MTS bus, and as soon as I got the very first video from MTS, which was basically a copy of the second one was a copy of the first one, both of them were altered in the same way. So, why am I not getting no legal representation downtown? Why are the police not investigating this? Why? A blog was written the day after the assault showing me stating that I was sitting on the opposite side of the bus in reference to what the video's showing. Who's going to forget where they were sitting on a bus that 36 hours after they're assaulted on the bus? Who's going to forget that within 36 hours after they're brutally assaulted? Who's going to forget it? The blog that was written on November 11th literally flat out states that I was sitting on the back of the bus, in the back of the bus on the right, and that the perpetrator was sitting in front of me to my right. The video shows him sitting in front of me, okay, and if he was sitting in front, there would be no way that statement could apply in reference to the video that MTS sent me, okay? Now, I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Sdsu Williams. We all know, 700 audio files don't lie, okay? They've left paper trails of proof behind. Hang on. They have left paper truth trails behind. Okay, Let me tell you something. If you make a video prediction or even just an audio prediction, this digital tape recorder runs by date and time. And if I make a video prediction showing you here at this location or any other location, okay, showing you a picture of my cell phone which shows the date and time, and then I make a prediction about what might occur at the location I'm getting ready to go to, and the tape recorder is running by date and time, the video prediction shows a picture of my cell phone which shows the date and time. I then leave the area where the prediction was made, yes, and then I go to a location with a running digital tape